What's up, guys? Now, over the past few weeks, I've been doing a lot of painting. I mean, I love art. I absolutely love art. So, I thought it'd be really cool. Maybe the first tutorial on YouTube, but I thought it'd be really cool to teach you guys how to paint like Bob Ross using acrylics. So, brushes, I only use, I guess it's like an inch. I only use an inch brush. It kind of looks like a fan brush, like a little mini Bob Ross like a little mini Bob Ross brush, but I use this and a knife. These are the only two things that I use for painting, unless I'm doing like a beach painting and I want to put seagulls in there. Of course, I'm going to use a really thin, fine tip brush. So anyways, we're going to go into this, and we're going to start it off. Just a 16 by 20 canvas. It's already white, don't do anything to it. And we're going to start off with some turquoise. So, put a little bit of turquoise on here, and spread it out. I always spread it out. So you want to get a good bit of paint on there, you know. You want to get it on both sides. And it doesn't really matter if you beat it into the brush, because we're just going to be making a sky for right now. So, here we go. We're going to just come across and just from side to side. That's all it is, side to side. And you want to cover this whole entire sky. Now, my painting, of course, is going to be different from yours, and I would like that to be, because this is your own little world, this is your own little place for you to paint and everything. So, whatever you want, put it out on the canvas. So we're just making from side to side, back and forth. I love turquoise. It's a very, very nice blue. Blue is my favorite color, so any type of blue I really enjoy. I'm going to get some more. I'm going to put some more on my little plate, my makeshift palette. Yeah, I got the ghetto version of Bob Ross this time. So, now, I'm going to add a touch of white, so we get some more turquoise. I can't ever say that color. It's such a tongue twister. Turquoise. Get some more turquoise and a touch of white. You want some white, you want to brighten that up. So get a nice bright color like that. Or you want that. Just come across easy with it. And you can tell that it's not as dark as the top up here. Alright, so now we got our sky, and we're looking good on it. I'll actually want to put a little bit more in there real quick. So, get some of my turquoise. Alright. So I'm going to put a little bit more in there. Just a little bit. There we go. Now sometimes you'll see me turn my brush to the side, and that just helps get more dark color in there, because for some reason paint likes to hang out on the side of my brush. And so I'm just using it. I'm using paint. And then now at the top you want to start blending this in. You want to blend the top and the bottom. And you don't have to wipe your brush off. For this, I just go right into it, and I just start blending all of this. Now you could clean your brush and blend it if that helps you, but just a nice blend right here. There we go. Very good. So we got a nice sky over here. Now you will see spots in your canvas, like little blotches of white, to where some of the paint's not going and sinking into the canvas. Well, don't worry about that, because we're gonna put clouds in there, and it's gonna cover all of that up. So now I got all of this blended, got the top blended real nice. We're gonna start on the water. All right. Now for the water, I always like doing a bluish type green water. I don't know why, it just gives that kind of a crystal-y look to it. So what I'm using is Kelly green and turquoise. Back to the turquoise. So I would put an even amount in here. You want an even amount of both, and you want to just get it to just a nice even color. You don't want it too green or too blue. You just want a nice even color. So get it. That looks good. So you got a nice color, both sides of the brush. We're gonna do it at the bottom. Now you could decide where you want your water to start. For me, I like starting right about here and just going across, and it's the same thing as the sky. You just want to shoot across, back and forth, back and forth. And if you have to, like I said earlier, use the side of your brush. If there's some paint on the side of it, you're not really getting paint out of the top of your brush, use the side of it. Guarantee you there's a little bit of paint hiding in there. There we go. Also, if you're not really getting a lot of paint out, I would dab it, like really stick it in there. I would really dab your brush into the paint, or you could come up to the top right here, wipe, and then get some of that paint from the top and do a nice blend. Alright, so now we're going to go to the other side, and you might have to make step over here. You might have to make more than one, I guess, fix of this paint, and that's alright. It's just an even amount of turquoise and that Kelly green. So stick some more of that in there. Turquoise, a little bit more green. So you can see I'm using a fair amount of each. Not really overdoing one or the other. Just a fair amount of each. Really blend that in. Really get it to a nice simple color. Alright. And then same. Just back and forth. Back and forth. See how it makes that nice kind of clear color. Almost makes you want to go in there and swim in it. So just a nice color back and forth. And you can blend it in the middle too. Just back and forth, back and forth. Get a nice even coat. A little bit more in there. Just want to spread it out nice and even throughout the entire canvas. Just want to give it a nice even spread. There we go. Nice even spread. So it kind of looks like a flag, but so we got nice water, nice even spread on the water. This is where you get to clean your brush. Just a cup of water. And I put a little bit of paint thinner in here. If you do get paint thinner, get odorless paint thinner so you can use it inside. So it don't stank up the house. You might want to have a towel with you. You could use napkins, but I recommend just going to Dollar Tree and getting a dollar towel. Just getting a couple of them for your paints. You know, because napkins, they don't really work as much because they're so thin. They don't get as much they don't soak as much water into them. It just really helps if you get a towel. Now we're going to start putting in some clouds. And this is where it gets a little bit more fun. So we're going to get some white. Just a pure white. You can have titanium white like Bob if you want, but I just got regular white. There we go. And this time you really want to you don't want it to glob up on your paintbrush. You want to have it nice and even. Nice and even. And now there's two ways, for me at least, there's two ways that I can do clouds. Little X, X strokes, or you just, dab it. We're gonna make clouds and I'm gonna show you the dabbing technique. So, you got some white on your brush. Now you can start wherever you want. I usually start within the top corner. For some reason I always start up here, so just start, and you just want to tap. That's all you want to do, is just tap. And you'll see that some of the blue is peeking through the clouds right there. Make them how big or small you want. Doesn't matter. You just, like I said, I know it sounds so silly, but just dab it on there. And get some more white. Go back in there and fill those holes in. Yeah, just nice dabs. Now you will see me go and you'll see me smear it every now and then like that. And that's it. And you could do that as well. I guess that's another way you can make clouds, huh? But get in there and it really gets some of that dark color into the clouds. So maybe there's some off in the distance back here. Take some and just dab it right on there. I have to hold my canvas onto the easel. I don't want it slipping off. This one is moving quite a lot. You can even nice pushing up on it. You can even go all the way across it if you want to. You can have them touch if you want. So you can just really get the paint into there. You want to really push your bristles up into the canvas. I'm not gonna make this too light. See, just easy ways of making clouds. Absolutely love painting. Whatever mood or whatever, however I'm feeling right in the moment really determines what I want to put out on my canvas. Right, dab it in there. Now you can go into some spots back here if you feel like, they're just maybe too light or too dark, and just smear them in a little bit and do the job for you. Alright. Now, clean your brush off. Put it in your water. Beat the brush into the water. Into the cup. Just knock it around the cup. It'll really get that paint out of there. This is what Bob used to say, beat the devil out of it. So, give it a good nice wipe off. And now, fun part. Mountain time. So, we're going to go into some black. Fresh bottle of black. I love it. Absolutely love it. I went to Walmart and just stocked up on paint. I love it. Take this little bit off there. Alright. Give her a good shake. Now, for this one, it's the same thing. But we're going to go into our knife. So for this, spread it out, pull down on it, and cut across. And it gets a nice roll of paint right on the edge of that knife. Now, figure out where you want your mountains to be. I usually like starting in the middle because it gives me more options to where, like, how do I want them to face, where do I want them to turn. So, nice roll of paint on the edge, and just simple shapes. So we're going to cut up, pull down, cut up, pull down, pull down. And you see is starting getting the canvas. Now, it'll look weird, so don't worry about it. Don't worry if it's not perfect, you know. Like I said, yours does not have to be just like mine. However you want your mountains to be, that's the way you should put them out on the canvas. I feel like art should be whatever you're feeling, not what everybody else or another artist is feeling. I feel like it should just come from inside of you. So, pull down, pull down. And these are just basic shapes. And if you keep looking, you'll start to see that the mountains are actually starting to form for you. Like I said, getting a nice roll, cut, tap, pull down, pull down, pull down. That's all you want to do. You don't want to worry about too much what's on the inside of this. You just want to get on the outside of it. So, whatever you want. You see how they're starting to form a little bit? And like I said, I'm not worrying what's on the inside of these mountains. Just worrying about the basic shape of them. Cut off and pull down. And get some more black, stick it on there. Nice even line. Sometimes you'll get clobs of paint on there when you're doing this, but that's fine. You just take the edge of the knife and pull down on it, or you can push up and it'll put that paint back on there. And so, like I said, just basic shapes. That's all you want to do. You don't want to really focus on what's on the inside of the mountains. You just want to get that basic shape. Just that basic shape. My girlfriend keeps saying, she's saying, did you ever take art lessons before? Where did you take art lessons? Like, did you take them in school and everything? And to be honest, I didn't. Now, my dad was a really good drawer. I mean, he could draw like nobody else's business. I remember one year, Christmas, he pulled out some color pencils and drew Mickey Mouse on the wall. And let us color it in. It was pretty cool. Of course, we had to paint over it, but still thought it was pretty cool to do. Just nice activities. Spend as much time with your family as you possibly can. You may not think, you may think now that your brother or sister is annoying, and yeah, I understand it, because me and my sisters and brothers, they argue a lot, and that's what sisters and brothers do. But really, anytime you can, tell them how much you love them. So really, it might brighten their day up, you know. And your friends too. I mean, it might make them feel better if they're feeling down. Tell them know that somebody should be a friend for them, you know, that you care for them. Anything to make somebody smile. It's always nice. Right. So, right now I'm going into the backgrounds you see in between these mountains. I'm just going to put like little lines in there. See that? And it gives those mountains depth. And of course you want to change up the shape a little bit. You don't want it to look, you know, like one same shape. You want to give it a little bit of a uniqueness to it. There we go. So now we're going to go back to the brush. And, I think it's clean, yep. And we're going to take this paint right here. Now, whatever direction you want your mountains to go, this is how you're going to pull that paint. You're going to take this paint and just pull down. You don't really want to get on around the edges too much, because we want that fine edge shape to stay in there. So you just want to get this and pull down. So now we're gonna go and go back to the knife. So stick your paintbrush in your water. I keep the paintbrush in the water. It's not gonna hurt it for as long as you're gonna keep it in there. Just as long as you don't leave it in there for like too long, you know. So now we're gonna go into some white, just some plain white. And like from earlier, from the knife on the side, you wanna drag it down, cut to the side. And it'll build up at the bottom right here. What I usually do is I'll just flatten it out right there, and then I cut. Now here comes from the fun part. Now, how I start this is I usually start on the edge of every mountain, and I decide which side of the mountain do I want snow to be on. Do I want it to be on this side or this side? And I'm gonna go and I'm just gonna do, you know, my regular one. I'm gonna do it on the left. So very important that you know this is it. Light taps. You don't want to push that in there because it'll make globs on the canvas. So what you want to do is, sorry if I'm getting in your way. You just want to nice even shapes, just a little bit. You see that? Just nice and even. And just decide how far you want your mountains to go down. So, how far do you want them? And create shapes with them too. Don't just go in one line. Create shapes with them. Have fun with it. Alright. Now for this mountain, I'll go ahead and do it. The way I make snow is I barely tap it on there, let my hand graze that canvas. And it's up and down, up and down. So like from right here, we'll go up and down and see how it kind of creates that snow type effect on your canvas. So do a bit more white, drag it out, cut to the side, and a nice, barely touching. Now it's okay if you get globs like that. See that? It's okay because you want some places in your mountains to have more snow than others. You don't want it all to look flat, is what I say. So you just want, and like I said, make shapes with them. Have fun with it. Have fun. Whatever you want to do. It's your world. And now you see that there's definition into the mountains, and just from simple shapes. So you want to give just some definition into the mountains right there. However you want your mountains to go. I'm going to step over here. Just however you want them to go. There we go. Now I'll even go in different directions too. And it just gives it that look of, you know, rockiness. Just like it's not flat. See? Right here. See there's a glob right here? Show you how to fix this. Get all the paint off your knife. Angle your knife. Push up on that paint. See how it takes it out right there? And you can just go back in. Fix it up. Real nice. There we go. So like I said, you want to get crazy on shapes. You don't want your mountains to look like they're flat, so I'm going to connect mine. And you don't have to do this on yours. You can do your mountains however you want. However you want. See how it gives that effect? Like the three-dimensional effect, like the mountains are really popping out at you. And what happens when you make these jagged edges is that it looks like it's just all over the place. And you can even go down like this. I'll go different ways. And it just gives the mountain a different look. It just makes it go everywhere. It's like a zigzag, like a big zigzag. And then this zigzag mountain. So now you want to get your brush out, Get some black and pull that down a little bit. Just a little bit. I want to save some room for the other ones. So it's just a nice shade on the mountain. Just to give it a nice blend. Go back and forth. However your mountains are facing. Just over here. We're going to go back to the knife. Let's see. The knife. Going to go back to the knife. And like before. Cut across. Simple shapes. Simple shapes. Pull down. Pull down. Pull down. Now you're probably thinking, alright, why are you doing it right there? Because it's mixing it with the black. And you can't see it. And you're right. It is mixing it with that black. But when we start putting the white on there, as you saw, it'll really make that mountain pop out. So, just basic shapes, pull them through. No, it doesn't look like it right now, but just keep making basic shapes. See, just basic shapes, basic shapes. Like I said, you don't want to worry too much of what's going on the inside of it. Just want to worry what the basic shape looks like. So maybe these right here will be a little bit smaller than the other one. Drag it and pull down. Basic shapes. And you can't see them in there. When you go to put the snow in there, they'll pop out at you. Yeah, like I said, just different shapes if you want to. Just different kinds of shapes. Any kind of shape that you want. You will get clouds on there. Don't worry about it too much. Alright, so now back to the brush. We're going to do the same like what we did earlier. Ooh, hold on. Looks like I kind of got out a little place on my camera, so no. Can't leave him out. So now we're going to take this paint and pull down. Same as we did with the last one. Just pull down. Alright, so now you know what's next. We're going to go back and stick in the snow on the mountain. So switch to your knife. Clean off your knife if it has that black on it. Go into some pure white. And of course, drag down, cut across. And then, like I said, I start on the edges. And you can start wherever you want to. Just simple, basic shapes. You don't want to get too crazy on these shapes, though. Just for right now, get the outline of the shapes, get the snow on the mountains, and then on the inside you can go wild if you want to. See how I'm barely tapping that canvas. I don't really want globs on there. Yep. Just get on the edge, cut across. Nice little jagged marks. Oh, in some of Bob's paintings, he'll put like a shadow on there. But since we use black, I don't think that'll be too much of a problem for us. So, I'm going to get the guys in the middle as well. Make sure everybody's got a little bit of snow on them. See how that snow, even though the black, the weird shape of the black is just, you know, when you start putting the white on there, it really gives that dimension look, and it starts to make more sense. Make sure everybody's got a little snow on them. So, maybe we'll put a little bit right there, drop that down, and just basic shape, guys, basic shapes. You can see how there's some spots in between right here. For that, what I'm just going to do is I'm going to take my brush, I'm going to go and I'm going to just barely go back into that black. Get it finely on the tips of your bristles. If you want to, just start bringing some of that down. Just bring some of it down. As much as you want to. Doesn't matter. As much as you want. Or as dark as you want. Nice coat on there. Just pull the paint right into there. Get your brushes out. Clean them off real nice and good. Beat the devil out of them right here. Just beat the snot out of it. Knock it around in that cup. Knock it around. Okay, so we got this area right here. I'm gonna come in with this, and you could use a tad bit of white if you want to. Like I do. I'll get it. Let me show you. I'll get it like deep into the bristles like this, and then I'll make it as thin as possible. You don't want too much paint on there. And then we'll come in through here. Now there's two ways you can do this. You can, you know, like this guy. You can dab it, or me personally, I like kind of like a mixture of the two. And all I have is just a tad bit of white on here. Tad bit of white, and then what it's doing is actually it's just blending in with the mountains. It's blending in the back with those mountains right there, and it's creating this nice fog effect right there on the edge of the mountain. And you come back and very softly blend it in. You don't want to put too much pressure on there. You just want to come in and very softly blend all of that in. We're going to put some trees just right along the edge of these mountains. For this I'm using phthalo green. Just a little tribute to Bob Ross. Okay. So, and this is a really, oh my gosh, I love this color green. So, we're going to spread this out right here. Now, I would get a nice even coat on it if you want to. You don't want to get your paint too thick on the top, but you do want it to where it's not going to necessarily show through. Alright, so we're just going to come back in here and using the edge of your brush, tap it up and down, up and down. See that? Up and down. And you can put as many in there as you want to. Just simple up and down movement. And it's putting the effect of trees in there. Now it might show up through the mountains in the back, show through there. But we'll put a little highlight on the trees that take that problem away. You know, in some places like this, if it's not thick enough, you could always go back and, you know, go over it a bit. You can put as many little trees in here as you want. Just go nice, up and down, up and down, up and down. Up and down, making these nice little trees. And do not worry. Don't worry if they hit your water. And it's actually, it might sound like a crazy thing, but it's a good thing if they touch the water. And I'll explain that why in a second. Just get as many trees as you want in here. There's no limit. This is your painting. I'm just here to teach you how to put it on there, I guess. The reason I'm leaving these two out is just it's giving a good cut into where those mountains are. Alright. And now, preferably I like to clean my brush off after doing that, after using that green, because we're going to go in there and touch in some highlights, and you don't want the that green right there to really push through when you're trying to highlight stuff. Alright, so there's a couple greens we can use. I would like to use this one. It's called Limeade, and it's a really nice, pretty bright green color. Alright. You can thicken this up if you want to, more than the green. Because this is highlight, and you don't want too much of the background sticking out of it. Because this is where the light's bouncing off the trees. Here. So you come in, and whatever side you want, pick which side you want, just tap it. See? Just come in there, whatever side you wanted the tree to be highlighted, come in and just tap it. Paint a little bit wet. Just tap the brush on there. There you go. See, it's giving that pop-out highlight look on the trees. Just anywhere you want. Anywhere you want. Highlight those trees up. There we go. Just really pushing the brush into it. Push the brush into it. Put a highlight right there. And it just gives light to those trees. Makes it look like there's a light source coming in from this way and just bouncing off of those trees. Okay, now for the reflection in the water. There's different ways you can do reflections in the water. I'm going to try to teach you the easiest way for me that I know. Alright, so get some more back into that green right there. And I don't want too much on my brush, because this is for the water. So you can even, like a marble type color, and just come in and wherever a tree is, put another tree right under them. Try to almost copy the shape of that tree. You don't have to go, you know, ham on it, but just give it a nice shape. Just throwing an indication that there's a tree right there that's bouncing out of the water. So come in there and just tap it like you want to. Don't worry if they come in together. They'll mix in together. It's fine. Yeah, and you can, even if you want to, you can draw the shape out if you want to. Doesn't matter. However you want to do it. Just bounce it off the canvas. There we go. Now, thing is, you do want to keep it right there at the bottom, so it looks like the reflection's right there underneath the tree. So you come in. Oh, what the heck, why not? I'll just pull it down like that. Draw a line across. Now, a really cool thing about painting for me is sometimes you learn tricks while you're painting. You teach yourself stuff while you're painting, so if there's like, you know, an issue or something that you really wanted to do, you have an idea, it's pop out of the canvas. I think it looks really nice. Or it really gives your brain a chance to tick, you know. Alright, so you got some of that light green in there. Now, I would do this. You don't have to if you don't want to, but I'll go in there some of that light green, and I'll highlight the trees over here too. So like, see for instance, there's highlight right there. I'll just mirror it. There we go. Nice highlight. Yeah. There we go. A lot better. All I'm doing is just going in there and highlighting the reflections on the trees, just trying to mirror the top. That's all you're going to do, and all I'm doing is just pushing my brush into the side of it, into the canvas. See how it's giving that the reflection in the canvas and in the water. Wherever there's highlights, just come in there and touch it up. Alright, and so now we got the reflections in the water. I would clean my brush off, you don't have to, but I would. Just so things stay nice and clean. So after you clean your brush, we're going to go in for the reflections, and very easily take this, pull down on it. It just flattens that paint out. Pull down, pull down. And now we're going to take it, now this is to see if you're brave or not. Take it, very lightly, drag it across. See how it gives that almost wavy appearance to it. Take it and pull it across. Just real nice and easy, pull it across. And there we go. That's the painting. Thank you guys for watching. If you like more videos like this, if you want another painting tutorial, let me know in the comments section below. Whatever else you would like me to paint or teach you how to paint. I appreciate you guys watching, and see you soon.